Hi, this is Matt Miano, Events Manager for the Town of Dillon. I am standing here with Council Member Ben Raitano and Councilman Mark Nickel. Kind of a nice little treat to have two of you guys with us for our council update. How are you guys today?
I'm doing great.
Doing great, thanks.
So today is the March the 4th, so we met yesterday, Tuesday, March the 3rd. We had our work session at 4:30, and then of course went into our normal town council session. One of the things we discussed yesterday was it's something we've been discussing a lot actually, is marijuana. We have had our first retail store open. We've had a couple other licenses, and then you guys kind of delved into some other decisions that we went ahead and moved forward with yesterday.
We did. We discussed if we want to sit back and look at it for a little bit and see if we want to put any restrictions on how many stores or licenses we're going to be able to allow in the town. We thought with the restrictions that we have or the limitations with some of the locations that there wouldn't be too much interest, but there has been quite a lot. So we want to kind of slow it down a little bit, just kind of review and see and get a little feel from the community, I think, gather some data.
So what exactly did you guys actually voted on a suspension, is that right?
It was a suspension of applications for a license. We haven't changed the law. We will not accept any applications for 6 months.
Okay.
So that gives us a little time to look at things, may decide if we do want to change the laws or don't want to change the laws or regulations. We haven't had any problems at all, maybe with the current people and the current situation, but because there was so much interest, we decided to let things settle down a little bit before accepting any more applications.
All right, so we haven't changed any laws, we haven't changed the code or anything. We're just going to take 6 months, which is kind of the philosophy we've been taking all along, is taking our time, watching what other communities do, watching what works, what doesn't work. So I'm going to throw out a date. I want to say it was September 2nd. Does that sound right?
That's correct. And I really respect the town of Dillon for choosing to kind of take our time, and we've done that through the whole process to kind of see how it's working with some of the other towns, and I think this is a good process for us. And yeah, September, it's not going to be 6 months that we're going to be sitting around. We're going to get right into this and look into it, because if we do make any changes, any setbacks or anything like that, we'll need to get to work on that within a couple of months.
Yeah, I remember the conversation then kind of moved into, okay, let's hit the ground running. We've got 6 months, but let's start asking the right questions, and let's, really see what is working, what isn't working. Like you said, we do have the one shop open presently. We haven't seen any major issues with that, which is great, but, we'll see what happens here in the next 6 months, and we'll be prepared, and then come September, you guys will kind of know what direction you want to go. Does that sum it up pretty well?
Yeah, and I think anybody who has any concerns or information that they would like to relay to the town, to get in touch with the town staff, and they can relay it to us.
Right, that's a great opportunity right now, and I don't think we want to send any message that we're trying to slow the business growth of this opportunity. It seems to be working pretty well in a lot of the towns, and it has so far for us as well. So, yeah.
Moving on to topic number 2. My arm is getting tired, just so you know. This is kind of a workout. Yeah, you want to have a turn? Yeah. All right, next up, an exciting one, the XL electrical undergrounding discussion. Here, hold this guy now.
That was pretty exciting. I mean, it's pretty neat that we have some funds available that we can start going forward with some more underground burial of the electrical lines around town, and I think everybody looks forward to that. Get those unsightly lines out of the air and underground. So we're going to kind of review some of the locations that are available that we want to start to work on. We obviously can't do it all at once, but we'll take it a little step at a time.
Yeah, there is on the town council packet on the town's website a map that you can look at and see what existing lines are and the areas, and they're labeled A through, I think, G or something like that.
So
anyway,
Ben, I don't mean to cut you off, but I actually looked at that map yesterday, and I didn't see my property on there. I live over in Summit Cove, and I do have a power line going directly through the west end of my property line. Who would I call?
Well, you would have to, being in Summit Cove and not in the town of Dillon.
It's not you, right?
It's not town of Dillon, because the town line doesn't go as far as Summit Cove,
So
and you would have to.
I'm out of luck.
You'd have to talk to the county commissioners.
All right. You do have their,
All
we'll
right.
talk afterwards. I'll
We'll
get
talk
their phone number from you. All right, something else that actually is kind of exciting. Our town engineer, Dan Burrows, has started a town center plan discussion, and every work session, I think this is actually only number 2, but for the next few months, he's going to come and make a different presentation and you know, kind of show some different ideas that he has for development within the town core, the different parking lots, all that stuff. You want to chat about that?
Sure. I think he's having a lot of fun with his new software, engineering or planning software, and he had some great designs to show us last night, and some really neat ideas. Beautiful restructuring of some of the roads and kind of narrowing it up a little bit, creating some parallel parking, and the areas around the park were really impressive. I thought what he did in that space and how it can be utilized with the farmers market, create some extra space for that. I think he outdid himself last night with some great drawings.
Yeah, I know that we're going to be finishing up Marina Park. We kind of did that at the end of last year, coming into winter, so kind of fall into winter, and now we've got just a little bit of landscaping. But then I think next on the docket, like you mentioned, is an overhaul of Town Park, and so we kind of piggybacked on that. So definitely some neat stuff moving forward.
Oh yeah, we with the plans there, we're going to be restructuring and sending to planning and zoning a few lots, because when we did some streets movings before, the lots and stuff got sort of chopped up and everything like that, so we need to go to them and revise the lot lines and things like that so we could make it available for development.
It's kind of fun to look at. I mean, I know you've been here for, what, 30 years, 25, 30 years?
30-something years,
So 30,
yes.
so we'll leave it at 30. But yeah, when they showed how Fiedler Avenue used to go, and you know, it's definitely interesting to see the history and the backstory of how Dillon kind of ended up where we are now. But then again, you know, with Dan's cool new software, where we're going to be hopefully in a few years. So I guess the next thing we chatted about was the events, which is kind of my world. We're jamming. We're June 13th is the highest air show on earth, which is primarily put on by Bob Evans, our marina manager. He does a phenomenal job. We just got confirmation last week that the Air Force Academy rock band will be playing for that. So kind of neat. We'll have the air show with the Air Force Academy band playing. And that'll roll into the beer festival. We're going to have a big concert on June the 27th. Don't have that act confirmed just yet, so stay tuned. You can always go to townofdillon.com, and as soon as we get that fired up, we'll have it up on the website as well as Facebook. What else we're doing? We're doing the town party in August to replace the Rotary event that has moved on. We're going to do a concert over Labor Day weekend on that Sunday with fireworks. So a lot of fun stuff. What's your favorite event of the summer, Mark?
Well, I'm really looking forward to that August 8th town party. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. I hope we get a lot of participation in that, some vendors and different things to really kick that off. And the concerts we're talking about and feeding into the evening concert down at the amphitheater. You know, it's funny how fast that's coming along. And it's summer's almost here, and we got a lot of programs already on the slate. So good job with that.
But the skiing is just getting good, so we don't have to rush it. I'm one of those weirdos that's like, yes, it's March, let's let it snow. What are you looking forward to this summer?
Oh, I'm looking for the start of summer. I mean, the air show and the beer fest, I think, are really great things for Dillon, and just, you know, starts summer off, and then we go with the concert all the way to August. We'll have a great time in Dillon.
Yeah.
You should mention that fireworks display here.
Yeah, September, it's actually, Labor Day, I think, is a week later. Does that sound right? I don't have a calendar in front of me, but I want to say Sunday, September the 5th, which is the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, so the day prior to Labor Day. We're going to have an awesome concert. Again, we've got some stuff in the works. Stay tuned. But whoever plays, they will be followed by an awesome firework display to kind of end the summer.
Yeah, and can we talk about the bike race?
The bike race. I forgot
Well,
to hand it off, but yes, you
that
are
town
correct, you
party is
can.
kind of based around that bike race coming possibly through the town of Dillon with a little stretch through town, and that's kind of the theme behind that town party is helping to promote and kick off that bike race. So
I didn't have that.
sounds like a lot of fun.
I didn't have that on my cheat sheet, but no, you're absolutely right. The U.S. Pro Cycling Challenge is going to be in Summit County. 2 or 3 days. They're going to come from Steamboat to A Basin, then they're going from Copper, I believe, to Aspen, and then they'll be over in Breckenridge. So Summit County will be a hub of excitement that second week of August. And yeah, we're like you said, we're going to try and get a sprint right through town. So a lot of stuff going on. This is actually a pretty key moment or key month for kind of finalizing everything. So in the next month or so, like I said, check us out on the internet. And, you know, if you have any questions, you can always give us a call down at Town Hall. Anything to add, gentlemen?
No.
Get out there and go skiing.
Go skiing and prepare for the summer.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. Please come by and come to our meetings and let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, first and third Tuesday of every month in Dillon Town Hall, upstairs in the council chambers. And we do always offer an opportunity for citizen comments. Every citizen can have 5 minutes to address the council. So if you guys do have any concerns, as Mark said, come on out and let us know.
Any concerns at all? I mean, you don't just because it's not on the agenda. If you have a concern that you would wish the council or town staff to know, just come on by, let us know. Even if it's not on the agenda, we would like to hear from our constituents.
And you don't have to be a Dillon citizen. You can be a Summit County resident and come on out. And you know, so I'm going to come out and ask you for the county commissioner's phone. No, I won't be there. At least not in that capacity. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. We're actually going to come right back. I forgot to mention we're at the Dillon campus of Colorado Mountain College. We kind of screwed that one up, but we're going to make up for it because I'm going to come back with one of the teachers here in just a couple minutes, and she's going to line us all out on what they're up to these days in Dillon. All right, Matt Miano back with you. We are standing at the Dillon campus of Colorado Mountain College in the lobby here. I am standing with Laura Pless and Sharon Aguiar, both professors here at school. How are you guys today?
Great, thank you.
Really well,
I'll
thanks.
hold the mic for just that quick question. All right, so we're here to talk about some new exciting stuff that you guys have going on. Laura, you're going to kind of take the lead. We're talking about the new GED program that you guys have recently implemented.
That's correct, and we're actually going to start on the summer semester on June the 1st. Since 2014, the GED is a new exam and it requires college level skills. And so we decided to restructure our program so that students will be attending classes with the pre-college students. And they'll be in classes that are based on their levels, not all of us in one room trying to learn the subjects at all different levels. And so we're excited about splitting this up, and they'll get dual credit. They'll get credit for the GED and for pre-college requirements.
I was going to ask you, so I remember when I was in school, the GED was simply to replace the high school diploma, but it sounds like now you're actually doing some preparatory work for college as well, and you can even get credits for it.
That's correct. And so they'll be prepared to go right into college right after they finish this.
Awesome, and you can do that right here in Dillon,
yes.
Right? Or, I mean, we've got campuses all over, but, you know, this one's the best.
Right, it is.
All right, listen, we're going to come back to you in a second because I know we want to talk kind of about how you can get enrolled and what steps you need to take. But Sharon, you were going to talk, so you are the ESL professor here.
I am.
And there's some different options for Spanish speaking as well as international students.
Exactly, thank you. Well, international students who don't know the American system of education often ask, you know, do I need a GED before I go to college? So that has some different answers. International students who have a high school diploma from their home country don't need to have a GED in order to go to college, but they could elect to take the GED to brush up on their academic skills in English. They could also take English as a second language classes so they get their English skills up to a college level.
Or take the pre-college classes.
Or take the pre-college classes.
That's what I was kind of thinking too,
yeah. And Spanish-speaking students do have the option of taking the GED test and doing some GED preparation in Spanish. So that's another option.
So a lot of different options. So we're going to talk with you, Laura, about how you can kind of get involved. Real quick, what's your website? Just so we can always, I like to try to drive folks to the website. Is it coloradomtn.edu?
That's it. Good job.
I've taken a class or two here, so yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so right here on our cheat sheet it says how to start. So
how to start.
How do we start?
Please call or come by the lobby here at the front desk at the Dillon site or the Breckenridge site. And the first step is to take a workshop, a student orientation workshop. It's called First Step. It's an hour long. It just helps students know what to do when they prepare to go to college. The second step is to take the AccuPlacer. There are practice tests, there are placement tests for college. They're in reading, writing, and math.
And so obviously that helps you to then place folks accordingly, like you said.
Exactly. They will attend an appointment with the counselor, and they'll be placed in their classes.
All right, we're on to page 2. All right, thirdly. Oh, you just mentioned that, I guess, make an appointment with a college counselor.
Yes.
That's the last step.
And then you can plan your goals and to see which class you should start with.
Cool. And then something else that I kind of noticed, you mentioned that this is not just here in Dillon, you can also do it at the Breckenridge campus.
That's right. Well, you can do the orientation and the placement tests and meet with the counselor in Breckenridge, but the classes are here in Dillon.
Cool.
And also I'd like to mention that our official GED testing site is here in Dillon too, so you can take the official test here on Tuesday mornings.
All right. So again, coloradomtn.edu is the website. Can I put you guys on the spot? What's the phone number? 970-468
5989.
5989. So if you guys do have any other questions, feel free to give a call down here. A lot of really cool stuff going on with Colorado Mountain College. We're, they're changing stuff, adding stuff, obviously very exciting. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Español también.
Thank you,
I
Sharon.
need to come and take some Spanish classes. Thanks, guys.